All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. And we're joined now by our good buddy, Besa Gordon. What's happening?
Hey, how y'all doing? Hope
What's
y'all
up,
doing mighty
Besa?
fine.
Yeah, great to have you on with us.
Great to be here. This is kind of dope. Actually, this is very dope.
Yeah, right?
Who just gets the whole freaking building to themselves like this? Only Converge.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Converge.
we do what we can over here.
I know that's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Moving on up. All right, so we're talking to you about a few different things today.
Uh-huh.
Right? One, we're talking to you about, of course, the rewind with Besa, what you've been doing, hanging out down there in the waterfront, and then some new music because today is Wednesday and you're always doing the new at 10 over at Cube 93. So let's start with the rewind. What's going on?
I feel like the rewind is getting a mini facelift. Not a big one, nothing like a whole Kylie Jenner makeover, but a little bit of a facelift. I think I talked to O on Sunday. We were talking about moving the day and the time. I mean, with COVID, it was very easy for me to do my show on Saturdays. Now it's kind of like Saturday at 2, everybody's outside living their best life and they're probably at the pier as they should be. But I'm thinking about moving it to Sundays at 10 p.m. and then we'll have like a replay on like maybe Mondays. Definitely want to get back into doing more interviews, but not just artist interviews. I feel like with New at 10, it kind of altered the way that the rewind was, and I really don't appreciate it. Not saying that I don't care about the artists that I interview, but the rewind is really about me. It's my show, and it's like the info that I give out, whether it's local news, whether it's national news, whether it's entertainment, gossip, just whatever I care about. And I kind of want to get back to that. I also definitely want to get back to doing panels. Like a big topic that's been on my social media is, oh, women, can you date a man if you make more money than him? Or, just little things like that. Yeah. or can you like date a man if he doesn't spend any money on you? Like these are like big topics that have been on my timeline. And I'm like, I would love to do a little panel on that. So definitely trying to revamp the rewind to get it back to where it was.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate that because I definitely love the panels. I mean, I think that it's you being able to do a deep dive and figure out what it is you want to be doing is so important. And that's the beauty of working here at Converge, that we get the opportunity to do that. And so, I'm excited. You've been out down there at the pier, we were down there popping it. How has it been with all of these amazing free events for family to get out there at the pier?
You know what I love about the pier, aside from all of the free events, like obviously, like I said, get out there, get your yoga, stretch out, work out, enjoy the food that's around the area, enjoy the energy. But for me, I think my favorite thing is the views. Like I love being outside. I love being by the water. Like, yeah, it's a little bit more crowded these days because everything is open, but you can always find like a little corner somewhere so that way you can relax, get some views, kind of decompress. You and I were talking about how we've just been so busy lately. And for me, being by the water is like very recharging for my spirit. So that's one of the things that I've really just been enjoying about the pier, just kind of getting some fresh air, man.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, you be down there. I see. Those photos that time we were down when you hosted the block party.
They came out so vibrant.
Yeah.
They were so good.
No, we had a good time there. And we were talking in the first segment here. You heard us talking about voting and elections and everything else. And I know that you interviewed was Daryl Cruz, and Daryl talked about something that they're doing. Hopefully, to get more people out for the general election, right?
Yeah, so like they're doing something called, I want to say, voter turn up in Tacoma. I don't remember the name of the park because, well, I'm not from Tacoma, and it was a name that I've never heard before. But it starts with a W.
Right.
And
okay.
I don't know if it's that one.
They do so many different things there. So
it's like Watabee or something like that. And I think it's really dope because like you guys were saying, voter turnout has been very, very low. I didn't even vote, to be honest. But not that I didn't want to. I just didn't get my ballot because I recently moved. But I think the way that they're doing this is something that will also help youth come out to vote because there's going to be performances, food. I don't know if we have a clip, but I think he kind of gives a little bit of detail on that.
Charlotte and I were based here in Tacoma, and we're thinking about how people of color, have not shown up in the way that we would hope, that we would be able to show up. We our numbers in the returns aren't as high, and so I feel like, we're talking about how can we help, get our people to the polls, right? And it's just a matter of engaging people in a new way, engaging people culturally. and meeting people where they are. So we started thinking about it, and created this idea of voter turnout, where it's it's the voter registration piece, but it's also the arts and the culture to kind of bring people into a wonderful day at the park to just kind of talk about voting and get engaged in the process in a way that feels fun and right.
Let me ask you this. I remember you said something about how Mayor of Tacoma is going to be involved. You're going to have some artists. Like, what would you say are, aside from those things, who are the artists that will be there, and what are some of your other main attractions to get people out?
So as you said, the Mayor of Tacoma will be there. Mayor Waters is going to be joining us with a message. We have Brooke Brown, who's going to be joining us. She's the Washington State Teacher of the Year, who'll be speaking. Jarvie is going to come. He has an amazing new project, and that's kind of politically involved. Allah Sound, not Allah Sound, Allah is joining us. He's an amazing pop R&B artist, as well as Rocky Sandoval, who's just a really favored son of Tacoma. Like, everyone loves Rocky, so that's who's going to be joining us. We're also going to have food, because you cannot have an event with for people of color and not have food. So we have some amazing food trucks that are going to come join us. And your people are going to be there. So you got the music, you have leaders, and you have your people, all in this wonderful mixture. So that's what we're doing.
All right, and so that was Daryl Cruz there, and this is great. And by the way, the general is coming up, and you voting. We know people at King County elections, so whatever we need to do to update on your ballot or whatever, we're gonna make sure you vote. But Daryl also curates the Northwest playlist for Apple Music, right?
I definitely use that a lot sometimes whenever I'm trying to pick my new at 10, because it has all of the artists there, lets me kind of know what's new. That way I'm not having to like sift through the internet and kind of waste time.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I think that this is really important. One of the things that I think is key to this, when we talk about low voter turnout, it's important to meet people where they are, but also to make people understand that their vote plays a significant role in arts and culture in a city, right? When we're talking about budget allocation, all of these kind of things, there's a major tie to that. So I'm glad that you were able to get that on the record, Besa.
And they also talk about that, one of the things I was like, well, why do you think that minorities aren't voting? Like, for me, I just thought that I updated my ballot and I just wasn't able to get it in the mail like I thought I would. But other people, they were like, a lot of times people feel like their vote doesn't matter, like you said. And it's like, no, it really does. And it's not going to matter if you don't actually put it out there.
Yeah, believe me, the vote matters. We're going to see what the new Seattle looks like after all of these elections. And for people that don't know, because we've mentioned New at 10 here a few times, tell everybody what that's all about.
So New at 10 is a new segment that I do on Q93.3, where I highlight new music and PNW artists that I feel that you should know about, or should already know. But it's not always just local artists. I definitely like to get a hold of an artist before they completely blow up, so that way it's not like some bandwagon type stuff for me. But it's a nice way to like highlight people, let people know who's out there, let people know who's up and coming, and then also give a little support for the city, because otherwise everyone's like, how do I get my music on Cube? Well, this is really the only way for you to get your music on Cube right now, unless you're like charting.
Yeah,
All right.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Besa Gordon.
Great work, Besa.
From the Rewind with Besa, Cube 93.3. And I mean, the last time it was a constant uplift for you. Jamming 107.5 down in Portland, B89.
B95.
B95. Sorry, down in Fresno, California. Lighting up the West Coast. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having
me.
Before
I let you go, I mean, normally we have to kick off.
Hold on. I think they got a what? I think they got a shot.
Quick, we're gonna have to make sure. I mean, just real quick, because I got Besa here on set with me. We get to sprinkle them together. I know that's right. Black girl magic right there for you guys.
We still got to get our chimes.
Yeah, I know.
Something.
I know it doesn't chime, but that's okay. You know what I mean?
The bracelets chime, just like that.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Besa, for joining us today. Much love.